got home from work today and saw your video response to me, and I have to say thank you for all the positive things that you said to me. Um, you know, Sometimes I feel like I don't deserve all the things that people are saying, and they must have this idea, or I must give them this idea that I'm not struggling anymore, or I've got it all figured out now, and I don't. I I struggle a lot, and I don't always do the right thing, and I have trouble still with food. However, there are things that I have learned going through this process, and what I wish is that I could go back in time and to have a conversation with myself, because I have a few things that I would like to share with the old me. What you need to understand is that you are strong. The fact that you're recognizing all this and you are looking for answers says something about you. That wasn't me before gastric bypass. In fact, I didn't even go on a diet before gastric bypass. I gained 30 pounds the month before I had the gastric bypass, because I was not required to go on a diet because I was self-pay. I think that I was looking for an easy out, and I didn't realize how much the surgery was going to change me. So I look back, and the big thing is, could I have gotten to where I am without the surgery? Can you? And yes, I could have. The big thing was, I constantly saw that big mountain in front of me and thought it was impossible to climb. I just didn't realize that the whole time while I was trying to climb the mountain, I had all the wrong tools. And that is what you need. You need to have the right tools. Number one, I've said this before in some of my videos, get your metabolism checked. You need to know what you burn. I mean, some doctors are going to tell you to go on a diet of 1,200 calories or so, and it may be that you're like me and only burning 900. And if that be the case, you're not going to lose anything, even if you do drop down to 1,200 calories. You need to know what you're working with. That's the number one important thing. You mentioned how tired you were. This is very important. You need to be on supplements. Things like thiamine are very important. Thiamine actually metabolizes your carbohydrates and fat and turns them into energy. I didn't know this, and this is something that I myself just found out because, well, that's a whole other video that I did. I was really, really tired all the time. This is an important supplement that we need, and you need to start taking thiamine. Not only is that going to give you a huge boost in energy, which I have completely felt, it's going to metabolize all your carbohydrates, and that is what you need. Taking things like B12 also will give you a boost in energy. Making sure you take your multivitamin. Something that you need to live by, something that I wish I could tell myself 2.5 years ago. Eat less, move more. Always move more than you're eating. You know, something that we all need to accept, when I say we all, I mean people who struggle with weight, obesity, is that we are always going to have to be working our butt off in the gym. We have to get our bodies moving because we are on this earth with a broken body and we have to move. So you're going to have to tell yourself, no less than 4 days a week, I'm going to devote an hour of my time to moving, to getting my heart rate up. This is very important. It's the only way you're going to start speeding up your metabolism, the only way you're going to start burning fat, the only way that you're going to be able to build more muscle mass, which will in turn burn more fat, which will help you. You have to do it for the rest of your life. I still have to do it. Give yourself a reachable goal. That's number 4. Make it a small goal at first. For instance, a good thing to aim for is 1 to 2 pounds a week. 2 being on the high side. If you say, okay, in a month I want to drop 5 pounds, you work towards that goal, it is very obtainable. It is so doable. And when you reach that goal, you make a new one. And even though 2 months sounds like a long time, when you have dropped 10 pounds, and probably more if you're working towards the goal, those 10 pounds turn to 15 pounds, it turns to 20 pounds, and if you would have started this a year ago, you would have been down so many pounds, and I used to say that every single year. If I would have kept with that diet, I would have lost 50 pounds by now. So don't get hung up on the number or the ultimate goal, which is the final goal. Don't think about that right now. Just work towards small goals and you take a step at a time. Don't give up. If you plateau, if you gain weight, you have to suck it up and keep going. I've been having my own battles lately with gaining weight and plateauing, and it is very frustrating. I have battles with eating as well because right now I'm like constantly hungry and I have to fight that. And so I have to realize that when I sit here and I say, oh, I've gained 4 pounds, I've gained 5 pounds, and I freak out about it, if I give up, that 5 pounds is going to turn to 10 pounds, and that's going to turn to 15 pounds. I know because I've been there before. I know what happens when you put all of your effort into working out hard and losing the weight, and then in a matter of a month, you have completely sabotaged 2 years of working out hard. I know it can happen, so you cannot lose sight. For us, 4 or 5 pounds, gaining that is not anything. You can do that in 2 days. So don't freak out if you gain 5 pounds. You have to just suck it up and keep going and working towards the goal. And even though you don't have the money for gastric bypass or you don't think that you're ready for it, you can do this. And, you don't need anybody to support you at home because you have all the support you need right here on YouTube with wonderful people and any question that you ever have. I mean, you're awesome. I would have never done this. I would have never put myself on camera at 347 pounds. I would have never admitted my fears. I would have never said anything to anybody. All I did was become a recluse and hibernate. I barely went out of my room. And, don't allow that to happen. So I believe in you, and I'm glad that you're trying to take the right steps. And if you need people to talk to, I'm always there, and I always listen. I'm always up to give you some advice. So, you can do it. Just make the short goal and make it happen.